Whiskey Wednesday again. Look what I've got this time. Hello again, I'm Nathan. Welcome back to WasntMyFault and Whiskey Wednesday, the new thing I'm trying, because why not? Whiskey. Okay, so this is Haig Club Clubman, donated by a very good friend of mine. Get really lucky with these donations from friends, it's pretty good. So, Haig Club Clubman. So what does it say about that? Haig Club Clubman is a smooth, single grain Scotch whisky matured in bourbon casks, given a light and vibrant taste with sweet notes of vanilla. Enjoy with cola or mixed to suit your style. A stylish drink for refreshing and smooth taste. So, got my tasting glass. What we need. I'm actually going to measure out, since I plan on doing this on a regular basis. Why not? I'll make sure each whiskey I have has the same, because I intend to do a few different things. So, as this is new, last time I did just little tasters of early whiskies. I'm going to do various things. I've got a few glasses here, so what I'm going to do is try it neat, obviously see what the nose is like and the taste and so on. Add a little bit of water just to see if that opens it up or see if it disappears. I'll also try it on the rocks with Coke and of course coffee, because it's me, so of course coffee. So at least I get a kind of idea of how it holds up with the different kind of methods that you would usually drink it. I'm not going to try lots of different things like lemonade and soda water or anything like that, just the basic ones. So let's get in there and find out. Shut up, tablet. It's a lot lighter in colour than a lot of the whiskies I've been drinking lately, so it's quite unusual colour. It's really pale yellow. I'm getting a little bit of vanilla, but it's a really kind of ethanol alcohol kind of smell to it. It's hard to find much else, to be honest. Slight, oh, a bit too much in one go. I'm kind of getting kind of a buttery, but not a real butter, like popcorn butter type of thing, kind of. Yeah, getting the kind of, yeah, the fake smell, not real popcorn. Interesting. So, what's it taste like, I wonder? Right, so it does have quite a strong alcohol flavour to it. It's not very strong. It's only 40%, but it's got that kind of overpowering nature of it, maybe because I'm still getting used to them. So it does have that, but it's definitely got the aftertaste of it. I'll go to first, oddly, start at the end. It has got that buttery popcorn taste right at the end. It kind of lingers a little bit and then sort of disappears. It doesn't linger for a long time, but it is definitely there. Yeah, at the end it definitely finishes with a butter popcorn kind of flavour to it, which is interesting. A little bit of vanilla. I'm not sure what else I get in it, to be honest. It's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what else I'm getting in it. It's definitely vanilla, maybe kind of biscuity type of thing. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at the tasting notes, because I have them so notes. Wonderful combination of sweet toffee, popcorn, coconut and butterscotch, balanced with zesty citrus notes and crisp green apple freshness. Maybe apple, I'm not sure. It does smell kind of fresh. It's not overpowering like some of the other ones, so I do get that. Alright, so the taste, hints of toffee, maple syrup, salted caramel, creme brulee. I said like the vanilla-y type of things, but I'm not a really sweet person, so I struggle with a lot of the sweet notes, so maybe I need to start eating some sweet stuff just to get my brain kind of used to those flavours so I can pick them up a little bit better. So complemented by fresh notes of apple, lemon and mint. Mint? Yeah, I can see that. Okay, finish, relatively smooth and clean finish with some gentle reminders of the caramel and maple syrup sweetness and a lingering hint of cinnamon spice. A little bit of spice, I guess. The main thing for me is the butter popcorn. That's the main thing I get from the smell and the taste. Interesting. So, experiment time. So let's get a little bit of water, using a straw just to get a little bit, we don't want too much. A little bit of water. So instead of just diluting it, it can bring out some of the smells and flavours just with a little chemical reaction. I'm not going to mix it too well. Still quite sort of fresh smelling, not overpowering though. Not quite as much on the nose. More apple flavour. Less of the butter popcorn, more of the kind of fresh, crisp kind of apple, just really kind of fresh flavours. I won't say it's like really high flavour or anything like that. It's still very alcohol sort of flavour. It is the overpowering thing I'm finding it. Like I said, it may just be me, but it's a kind of chemically alcohol flavour kind of dominates it. But it does have more of the kind of appleness to it with a little bit of water, which is quite interesting. So the smell as well. It's not. I'm not getting the butter popcorn anymore, which is kind of strange. Yeah, I'm picking up the hints of mint. That is quite interesting. Just adding a tiny little bit of water, just kind of open up the flavours and the smells a little bit. So that's quite interesting. It's not bad. It's one of the ones you just kind of happily drink, but it does say to enjoy it with Coke. Coca-Cola, not the other type. Yeah, I drink Pepsi. I usually have sugar-free, but I usually have cherry. So to not take that, I do have some normal Pepsi. So I shall try it with that, and I'll get some ice, and we'll try and see what the difference is, and see if it does work really well as a Coke mixer. I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back with some ice because we've got to try that, and some Coke. These are kind of interesting glasses. I do quite like them. Although the only trouble is, as a lot of people have said, the edge is really thick, so it's kind of like using a sippy cup. If you like sippy cups, fine, that's no problem, but it is kind of a little bit thick. If they manage to thin the edges, I like the idea. It's got the shape inside, so it's got the kind of larger opening. It narrows out so it allows all the fumes and the smells to kind of build up, and then it widens again. It'd be better if it was more the Glencairn shape, but it is quite nice. And it still helps you kind of smell the whiskies. So, 1, 2. I said I'm using the same amounts every time. Let's do this scientifically because I'm a nerd, and that's what we do. So I'm going to let the one with ice settle for a moment, just to cool down, because that's what we need. So let's try this one. That smells like Coke, really. It's okay. It's not as strong as Jack Daniel's. It's kind of the freshness. It's that the kind of appleness to it you're getting, the kind of fresh. You know that there's I can't even talk. You know there's alcohol in it. You can kind of feel that. But unlike Jack Daniel's, something that brings a lot of flavour, this didn't have as much flavour to start with. It's more of an alcohol tone to it, but it does give you the kind of the fresh apple and that kind of notes from it. Let's mix it up a little bit just to make sure. It's nice. It doesn't taste like normal Coke. It doesn't taste like Jack Daniel's and Coke. It is a different flavour entirely. So that is quite interesting. I think to really taste the Haig Club, you'd need more than just a shot in it, because it does get overpowered by the Coke, to be honest. But it is there, and it does make it slightly different. So it's quite interesting. Right, so not a lot in the nose with the ice, to be honest. Possibly left it too long, but wanted it to cool down. No, there is still flavour there. I was expecting to be completely flat. Changes it completely. And of course, things when you make something cold, it will change how you can taste it, because it will take a lot of the flavours out of it. It just kind of smells fresh. It doesn't smell like just water, but I can't quite distinguish what the smell is. Just alcohol-y, I guess. But it's got this sharp citrusy note to it now. Now that it's cold, and the kind of mintiness, a little bit of apple, and just sharp citrus. It's actually quite nice. It's much, I think, the flavour is much better with ice than it is by itself. It hides the harsh kind of alcoholness of the straight version. You still get the alcohol kind of feel in your mouth, and you can sense the alcohol, and it's got that little bit of alcohol bite to it, as you expect. But it's just got the citrusy, it's quite fresh, with little apple notes. It does lose the popcorn, which I do kind of like that flavour. I've had a few whiskies that have that, and it's quite something that I like. Of course, I prefer the peaty smoky ones, but that's me, I like unusual flavours. But no, Haig Club works with ice. That's the way to drink it. Straight, it's a little bit, I don't know the right word for it. It's not bland because there are flavours there, but it's not as interesting as it is because this makes it just something fresh to drink. Really nice hot day. It's not disappearing. The flavours are coming through, and there's only a shot in there. It's only 25 ml, so you know there's not a lot, and that is a big ice cube, and it works. Well, now a couple of minutes on, the ice cube is melting, and I can still taste the whiskey in it. So it still tastes like generic whiskey, a little bit of apple though, and a little bit of citrus. Very nice. Last one, saving the best to last. Well, maybe not the best, but my favourite one, coffee. My coffee sounds like it's done, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have freshly brewed coffee in my own mug. How cool is that? Okay, black coffee. I know. Irish coffee and that sort of thing is generally white coffee. I don't like milk in drinks like that. Milk is for milkshakes and smoothies. Well, kind of smoothies, but we won't get into that. Once again, get everything out of there because it's all important because it's whiskey. Lid back on. Balance it by there because this thing is not stable. Let's make sure we stir it. Leave it a second because it's obviously going to be quite hot. Let's go back and see if I notice anything different now I've tried a few. Now I'm getting toffee. Something that with anything like this is it'll all depend on what you've had previously and things like that. Because I've had the other flavours, I'm now sensing other things in it, or because it's been sat there for a few minutes. I don't know, but definitely maybe it's psychosomatic and it's because I know I should be getting toffee smell, so I am feeling it, smelling it, whatever. It smells a lot sweeter now after having the other versions. That's weird. It's a good thing to go back to after you try the other ones. Go, yeah, vanilla, toffee, that kind of thing. I'm definitely feeling now. Vanilla, still a little bit of mint, a little bit of apple, and yeah, and just like you know, when you have something that's got kind of alcohol and your mouth kind of goes right at the end, just as it kind of goes down your throat, and like you get all the fumes that come back up, and it kind of just makes you go, and you get a bit of saliva. Sounds weird, but you know what I mean. When you get that happens, and that's when you get that kind of like popcorn flavour just at the end, like that. That's quite interesting. I definitely have those toffee vanilla tones a lot more. Just Coke. It's nice. Definitely is nice. I do quite like it, but it's not enough whiskey flavour for me. So I quite like Jack Daniels and Coke because you know it's classic and it works. Yeah, the whole nose is gone. Maybe partly the glass. I'm not sure, but there's nothing in the nose. I'm still getting the alcohol flavour, more kind of a vodka-y alcoholness to it, rather than a whiskey alcohol. And still the little bit of kind of the fresh, crisp apple, which I think is really nice. But that's been sat there for a good 5 minutes or so, possibly a little bit longer. and you can still taste the alcohol in it, so it's not completely disappeared. You're not getting quite as many flavours out of it, but for a refreshing kind of drink when it's hot, yeah, definitely. Okay, it just smells like coffee. That's okay. Again, you know there's alcohol in it, as you can taste the alcoholness of it. But there's not a lot coming through of kind of the whiskey tones, like the toffee and the vanilla and things like that. It's not really coming through. It's not bad. I said it's got some of the alcoholness is definitely coming through. I said it's the crispness of this which is throwing me off a little bit. A lot of the other whiskies I've been drinking have been more harsh, bold, strong flavours. And this just has this like underlying crispness. It is like biting into an apple. That's what I mean by crispness. You know, it's just kind of fresh and kind of just palate cleansing almost kind of feel to it, which is weird with a coffee. It's not unpleasant though, so it's definitely bringing something to it. It's not disappearing. I was expecting not as much from this, because this sort of a lot of times this kind of whiskey is frowned upon by the whiskey purists and so on, but it's performing nicer than I thought. Neat, it's not the best experience in the world, but add ice and it is a different beast completely. So I do quite like it. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. Yeah, and it's just like sweet and sweet, especially after having bitter coffee. That is quite sweet. Interesting. Overall, I do quite like it. I prefer the smoky, really strong, unusual flavours. You know, I drink strong black coffee. I'll drink double espresso. I like strong, bold, unusual flavours. I like to go on a journey when I'm having things like this. That's why I like whiskey, because it is taking you on a journey of flavours and smells. This doesn't quite take me there, but as I said, on a really hot day, you want some whiskey and you want ice and you don't want to destroy something else. This actually performs nicely, and it actually, I think, possibly improves itself with the ice because it's just clean and fresh and it's a refreshing drink. Oh, there you go. Anyway, I'm actually quite pleased with that, so let me know what you think. Do you like this format? Is this a good idea to carry on? I'm going to be doing it anyway, so yeah, but I think it's quite interesting to try it in all these different ways. So thanks a lot for watching. Please give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't before. Come back and see me again soon, not just for whiskey every Wednesday, but other stuff on other days as well. You never know, might be something interesting. See you next time.